This is the story behind the song, my song.
In this episode, we're talking about my song, Joy of My Life. I wrote the lyrics to this song at a time before my wife and I got married. We were at a place where we, or at least I, was trying to figure out where we were going in the relationship. One day we had gotten into a big argument. I don't remember what it was all about, but I was pretty mad. I stormed out, got in my car, pulled out of her driveway, with every intention of driving away and never coming back. As I was pulling out of the driveway, all bent out of shape about whatever the fight was about, this little melody pops into my head. It was the exact opposite of what I was feeling at the time. It was the words of the chorus. And it wasn't just words. This may have been the first time I had ever gotten lyrics in melody form singing in my head. It totally didn't make any sense to me. I'm feeling angry and ready to call it quits, and a love song shows up out of nowhere to set me back on course. I believe that to be God's leading in my life. I was about to make a big mistake and walk away from the woman that He had brought into my life for me to spend the rest of my life with. And He gives me a song to change my mood and literally change the direction I was headed. That little song in my head steered me back up the driveway and to humbly surrendering and apologizing and making up with her for whatever the argument was about. When we got engaged and started making plans for our wedding day, we agreed that Joy of My Life would be included somehow. The funny thing is, when we decided that, all I had was the chorus to the song still. I went to my keyboardist friend, who I had written some songs with before. I'd always just given him the lyrics on paper and he would figure out a melody and the music. This time I had a recording of the melody to the chorus for him to play along to. He came up with an accompaniment piano part for that chorus and laid out some chords for the verses. After the piano track was laid out for me, I was able to complete the lyrics and start adding instruments to it. I enlisted my wife to sing a little bit of harmony in the chorus. Even though I wrote this for her, this was to be our song, as it would be the centerpiece of the music in our wedding ceremony. This was new territory for me. My songwriting ambition was always to come up with the lyrics and have someone else sing and come up with the music. I was a nervous wreck during our wedding ceremony. Standing up before all of our friends and family, I suffered more than a little stage fright. On that day, I pledged to spend the rest of my life to love the woman that God had given me to take as my wife. That was the easy part. I had no doubts then, and still don't today. I think the scariest part of that day was when the song was played. The only ones that had heard the finished product were me and my wife. It's one thing to record a song and ask a trusted friend what they think and get feedback, but this was played for all our friends and family at once, without having any idea how it would be received. And this time, for the first time, it would be my voice they heard on one of my songs. I know it surprised at least one person in attendance. As the song was playing, I looked down at my parents. My dad had a confused look on his face and was asking my mom, "Who is that?" I heard her tell him, "It's your son." One of my friends later told me that she cried when she heard the song. I was glad to find out that I wasn't the only one. In the English language, the word joy means a couple of different things. Most commonly, we think of it as meaning happiness. The people in your life are the ones that bring joy and happiness to it. I wrote the song for my wife, and after 23 years of marriage, she's still the joy of my life.
The stars and the moon shining down from above. It reminds me of you and the ways of your love. That you're always right there, showing how much you care. I'd be a fool not to see you're a believer of me. You are the joy of my life, like a bird that's in flight, soaring high to the sky. You're the joy of my life. You are the joy of my life. Out of the dark you bring light. You turn my wrongs into right. You're the joy of my life. It's only in you that I find what I need, like a dream coming true, making life taste so sweet. I can rest in your arms, where it's safe from all harm. I know there's nothing to fear, as long as it's both of us here. You are the joy of my life, like a bird that's in flight, soaring high to the sky. You're the joy of my life. You are the joy of my life. Out of the dark you bring light. You turn my wrongs into right. You're the joy of my life. The joy of my life, like a bird that's in flight, soaring high to the sky. You're the joy of my life. You are the joy of my life. Out of the dark you bring light. You turn my wrongs into right. You're the joy of